Katherine is going to be here in a minute. It's one of our Yes competition entrants. Let's first have a look at her pitch.
Everything we look at with this virus seems to be a bit scarier than we initially thought.
Breaking news is released daily about the Zika virus, from discoveries of new transmission methods to athletes withdrawing from the Olympics. I hypothesize that knowledge of the Zika virus and an effort to protect against it would have similarities in areas with no local mosquito-borne cases, like the continental US, and those with, like Brazil. Spoiler alert, I was wrong. But what I did find out was even more interesting. I discovered that Zika knowledge was limited in the US, and that in turn preventative actions were less prevalent. Yet information can change behavior. And not only that, but negative emotions, specifically fear and worry, were universal, with a clear sentiment of helplessness and doom across countries. This was uncovered through utilizing mixed methods, like online boards, mobile, and quant, as well as image-based projectives. So what are people doing and feeling? And how did non-traditional exercises and blended methods contribute? Vote for this pitch, and I'll tell all.
All right, and here she is in real life. Katherine Krauss, welcome.
Thank you very much.
It's so funny because this Yes competition, Young SMR Society, is all about people under 30. And then all your job titles are Senior Research Manager at Prospect Market. Well,
Well, thank you. That makes me feel fancy, actually. So thank you very much.
Well, you're from the States here,
Yes.
New York area, right? When you saw the call for pitches by SMR, what did you think?
I wasn't sure what to think, to be honest. I had heard about the competition actually through my company. We've been involved in this type of conferences before, so it came through that. And I was excited, but a little bit thrown off, because for me, I do research projects all the time. I work only on the research side of things, so 60 seconds is like the opposite of what I do. It's like I have an hour, 3 hours to present results. So it was different, but exciting. It was a fun challenge, I think.
And then the call to action is, do you want an audience? And you want an audience for multi-perspective storytelling, right?
Yes.
How did you come up with that?
Yeah, so that's actually a huge thing my company does in general. We actually just started building up our qualitative branch of things anyway, but most of our stuff is online. So we can reach, if you're talking about Brazil and the US, which is where this study was taken, it's easy for us to reach it. No one has to be traveling to Brazil, sitting with a focus group. We can do that all online. So it was really cool for me because we've been exploring mobile stuff. We've been doing a lot with the qual. So I was able to do quant, which is what I know best and do best, but then move on and do the mobile and the qualitative and build all those pieces together. I mean, it's something, the two girls who are presenting today, their pitches were phenomenal, I think. But it's always a bummer because you're like, oh, but I had so much to share. Like,
you
when
had
the
prepared
audience...
your Pecha right?
Exactly.
But that's why you're here. So
Yeah.
let's summarize. We're not going to do the whole presentation, but what would you have told us today at 5:30?
Yeah, so I think the thing that was really cool is that at the end of the day, the first thing that happens is these emotions, right? So you have the feelings of worry and fear and doom. Like if I asked you right now what you think about Zika, it's probably not that you're going out and buying bug spray right now, I'm guessing.
No, but
Yeah.
I did consider it when going to the Olympics. Yeah,
There
it
you
was kind of a threat. Yeah,
Exactly. All of a sudden, when you put in a situation, it's like, wait, I actually am a bit afraid of this, right? I'm worried. I don't know what it means. And that was similar across both markets. But the actual actions and the knowledge aren't there yet. So it's this idea that the first thing is that emotional layer, which you can get at by doing all the image-based projectives, the qualitative stuff, really digging in deep, and then layering on. So if you give the knowledge, the preventative actions will follow, which for my type of clients, when you're talking about people who do bug spray or people, is much important for them to understand that the emotion is there. It's just the knowledge and the actions that are coming next.
And basically what you're proposing is with these methodologies, you can much easier tap into the emotion?
Exactly. Exactly like that. I don't even have to say anything further.
Okay,
You nailed
cool.
it. That was it.
But so you talk a little bit about clients in bug spray. What other areas can this be applied?
Yeah, so I think it depends, right? So when you're talking about anything where there's emotional concept, I know some of the sessions were just talking about that. I was in the group where they were talking about the implicit. And it's totally true. It's like you need, in my opinion, you need both combined because we can give you the quant and the qual, but that combination of understanding the emotions underlying, that can be applied universally. It's not just you bug spray clients or this, that. Conceptually, the idea is that once you get the emotional level, it's everything else could come really simply from there. It's just a bunch of understanding, really, that you're gathering.
And have you are applying this in your own work. What results do you see?
Yeah, so for us, I mean, typically what we can do is we can see, it's actually really cool, depending on the methodology. So if we're doing naming or concept or packaging, it's really cool to understand that maybe a name sounds great, but the actual associations that are being made and the way it's reflective emotionally is very, very different, perhaps off the mark from where a client meant to be. So I think that that's
so it gives
really
you total
cool.
new insights.
Exactly, really
Great.
new.
Well, thanks for sharing your enthusiasm.
Thank you.
Thanks for sharing this very bright idea.
Thank you.
And hopefully Channel 3 gave you the opportunity to spread your message at least a little further
Yes.
than just here at Congress.
Absolutely. Thank you very much.
Well, Katherine, great to have you here.